We do this every time they drop a new one. This is the new season 1 cinematic for League of Legends. However, if you don't know, the cinematic is actually very heavily tied to Arcane and the new show they're going to be doing after Arcane, which is focusing on Noxus. So if you haven't seen Arcane, I would suggest not watching this. Because this does have minor spoilers. Ooh, new show? Yeah, they announced that they're going to do Noxus after. We see Darius dunk on some people. Darius is in here. And okay, so this isn't going to be my first watch through, but I wanted to watch it with you guys and then go back and go over it. All I'll say is that Ozempic really be hitting everyone. It really is. Everyone has access. Anyways. Anyways, we'll get into it.
Noxus is where the strong gather. It seeks the fearless and defiant, calling them here to answer one simple question. Are you strong enough? You say you're not afraid to die, but take off the armor on your chest.
I love these designs, by the way. Here he is! Trundle, too, which shocked... Like, I'm sorry. I was gonna let it run through the first time. I was gonna let it run through. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't! Why does he look like that? Why does he... He got yassified. He got fucking yassified. Okay, okay. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Trundle looks sick as fuck, though. It does seem to be a younger Darius, though. If you saw his like little white hair piece is smaller than it actually is. This heat is so cool. Chat, it's me! Damn! Trundle counters Darius. You know it's the true top lane experience because nobody else helped them. They let it happen. Top lane island. This scene is so good. I'm biased. God, I can't wait to watch this show. Oh, she looks so good.
Every new path seems to lead us closer to chaos. Perhaps
He's so
we should
cute,
focus
too.
on the opportunity that's washed up on our shores.
I feel like I know his
Unforeseen
voice
turns are
actor
simply
too.
part of any path.
Yes, but that, darling, is a step too far. Even for us.
Piltover was a lesson, Vladimir. Calamity is always approaching. In some moments, its arrival is more imminent than others. Our next move must be bolder, not safer.
Who is she? That is LeBlanc, the Deceiver. Yeah. Okay. We'll go back. We'll watch it again. And this time I'll actually talk through it.
Gather.
So, first off,
The fearless.
hold on.
Noxus is where the strong gather.
They're really trying to tie Arcane and Arcane Universe into the actual lore.
Calling them here to answer one simple question. Are you strong?
So, to me, this feels like she's drawing Wolf from Kindred. Especially because Kindred had a part to play in the last cinematic. Gotta wait for the 1 hour Necra analysis. Yeah, the Wolf as Mel. It kind of seems, because from the last cinematic with Ambessa, they had introduced Kindred into the lore of like the Noxus universe and stuff like that. So to me, this looks like Wolf from Kindred. Someone did say it looks like Maokai, but I'm led to believe it's more Wolf because of the parallels between Mel as like the, life weaver or whatever, and, Kindred being the god of death, essentially. So if you haven't watched Arcane, this is going to be spoilers. Well, first of all, this whole cinematic is spoilers for Arcane because you would not know why Mel looks like this or what she's doing. But we can see here that this is where Arcane just left off. In the last episode, we see Mel on ships to Noxus with Noxian soldiers. And this is obviously like her post-transformation. And then this is Katarina, obviously. So that, I think that was just the Noxian sigil. This to me just seems like a very like obscure Noxian sigil, and then it goes into Darius, So from this, we can assume he's on the Noxian Freljord border, because I think within the universe they are connected. I don't know what he has to do with Trundle because I've never read into their lore. I know there is a Darius comic, but I hadn't read that, so. And then, Ozempic Darius. confirmed he's younger. This is younger Darius, apparently. So, I love how they have an entire army and Trundle just has a few pals and Noxus is still scared. Yeah, so this is like, it looks like this is like an attempt on a Noxian invasion on the Freljord. Either that or I really can't tell what's going on here. All I know is that this is basically just like two ego characters clashing. I think more on Trundle's side, it's more of a traditional thing. On Darius' side, it's definitely like an ego thing. He's definitely just trying to like, yeah, chief versus chief to Trundle. To Darius, it's like, I just want to see if I can, you know, kill the fucking troll. I do like this scene because this scene is really cool. However, I feel like Trundle should be a little bigger. Maybe it's because he's quote unquote younger and this is in the past, but I feel like Trundle should be like taller. Is that not the True Ice Club? No, that is the True Ice Club. Everfrost or whatever it is. Almost all like Freljordian champions carry a True Ice weapon. We know this from Ash's comic, where Ash's bow is made out of True Ice. And yeah, that should be a True Ice Club, which is why it spreads the ice in the later scene. It is said that Trundle is small for a troll. Oh, really? Is that Everfrost the Lich weapon from Warcraft? I don't know. I feel like there was a different name for True Ice. Permafrost, maybe? I really like these designs. But also something caught my eye is this character right here. I can't tell if they're a Vestayan or if this is a special mask that's hinting at something. Because this certainly caught my eye when I was going through, like when I was watching this initially, is that this person's mask is just completely different from everyone else's. I don't think this is like Jinn or anything like that, though they could be hinting at that. And we would have no way of telling without like him showing an arm or something, because he has a mechanical arm and that would be like a big tell. This actually, to me, if you know anything about League demons, to me, I believe I remember this being one of the 10 kings, like a sigil for one of the 10 kings. But I could be very wrong, and we'll have to wait for Necrit to release his video. And then, obviously, I am very biased about this. But she looks so fucking cool. I fucking love Elise. And I love how, because Elise's human form doesn't actually have extra eyes. From what I remember, I don't know, I've never like zoomed in on her splash art, but I don't think she actually has extra eyes. So her mask having them is really cool. Also, I just wanted to mention, it's really funny that we get to see how she lays her legs against her body. And what's really funny about this is that I have a toggle exactly like this. It's just not rigged. Is separately, it is drawn. I just never got it rigged. But separately, I also came up with the concept of laying my spider legs onto my body as kind of like a little decoration, as a way to keep them out of sight or like kind of like, you know, hidden almost, without being obnoxious and having them out like this. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I believe his club is true ice, and that's why it starts spreading. That was so cool. The fucking WWE slam. Taking his armor off is interesting. I feel like that was a little fan service, but Strong E is so werewolf trailer vibes. Though I definitely feel like he should not have won that. But anyways. See, I don't actually know like what's going on here. This just looks to me like just like Noxian design and stuff like that. Nothing is really popping out to me about this. This, however, when she turns around here, we know this is the, what is it? The Iron something, I think? Mortal Bastion. Yeah, this is the Immortal Bastion where Mordekaiser is being held. This is obviously one of my favorite parts. These are her spiderlings. Which I think is really cool how you can see, like, it's not very obvious. Yes, she's wearing a mask, yeah. It's not very obvious where they come out of, which is kind of a nod to her just being magic based. This is kind of nod to her being magic based because, you know, she can just conjure up spiderlings out of anywhere. If you don't know Elise lore, TLDR, Elise gave up her soul to the spider god. And she now essentially, the spider god actually used to be in the game, but they took the game mode out. He was basically Baron for Twisted Treeline, which was the 3v3 mode. I forgot his name. Yeah, RIP Twisted Treeline. I forgot the name of the boss. But yeah, he used to be in the game. She essentially sold her soul to him, became Spider, and now seduces men into her caves and sacrifices them to her god. But yeah, that's her W, the spiderlings. Biomai, yeah, that's what he was called. And then I also like that this is like a visual representation of how Katarina goes back to her daggers, and you can even hear her E ability. But also, just watch Elise's spider legs. Watch how they move. I think this is so cool. Obviously, that's her using her E. I believe these are Mordekaiser's cult members who protect the Immortal Bastion and want to summon him. They look like Sanguinus. Oh, you could be right. They do look like they're using blood magic, but from what I recall, I thought only Vladimir at this, well, because this is in the past. Because in Vladimir's lore, he's the only one who has access to the blood magic that he uses, I think. I want to say. But we don't know what time period his lore was written in because he's immortal at this point. But yeah. Now, obviously, this is so fucking cool. This is Elise using her R. This is really cool to see because prior to this, we had no concept of how big she actually was when she transformed. Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna be this big. Like, she's fucking huge. And I'm really interested to see, like, how they deal with this. 'Cause, like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Vladimir has a secret cult called the Crimson Circle that practices blood magic. Oh. POV, your Frodo. Does Darius have both of his hands? I mean, technically, I guess this is just his armor getting frozen, so he could just take the gloves off. Yeah. Otherwise, he would definitely have to cauterize that. So essentially, I believe she was just seeing what would happen. Because again, she's not even there yet. And I think she sees into the future. So this is what would happen when she gets to the Immortal Bastion. And then obviously we get to see LeBlanc and Vladimir. Which I'm glad we finally get to see LeBlanc. I thought we were going to get to see LeBlanc in the last season of Arcane, but it never happened. So I'm glad we see her here. And I can't wait for her rework.
Every new path seems to lead us closer to chaos. Perhaps we should...
And you know, I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in how they were gonna do Vlad. Because if you know what he looks like in game, it's not this. So I'm very glad they went this avenue with him.
focus on the opportunity.
Though he does, his personality feels a little... It doesn't feel like Vladimir to me, but I don't know.
Unforeseen turns are simply part of any path.
He's Solo? As in, like, his voice, or he looks like him? Testarian. Was the person during the Black Rose scenes in Arcane not LeBlanc? Theoretically, it could be anybody within the Black Rose. We could assume it might have been LeBlanc. Because LeBlanc's whole thing is she could be anywhere, anyone, at any time. And that's her whole magic thing is... For the longest time, a lot of people theorized that she was basically puppeting all governments. Wasn't that ginseng? No. LeBlanc's whole thing is that she can transform into anybody at any time. And she can leave images of people or herself anywhere she wants and puppet them from her real body. So a lot of people theorize that she has replaced a lot of people in government with herself so that she controls all forms of government, which is why the Black Rose is so powerful.
Yes, but that, darling, is a step too far. Even for us.
Piltover was a lesson, Vladimir. Calamity is always approaching. In some moments, its arrival is more imminent than others.
So from that, obviously, we can tell that this took place directly after Arcane, but we knew that from the intro scene. Obviously, she says Piltover was a lesson, meaning that she did orchestrate what the dealings of Arcane in some ways.
Our next move must be bolder, not safer.
Now, for whatever this is, I actually don't know. At this moment, I don't recognize this. I don't think it has anything to do with like the Shadow Isles. It could be a Darken. Theoretically, from what we know about Arcane, the Darken haven't been created yet. It could be a demon. It could be a Darken. Low key, I hope it's a Darken, because I think seeing a Darken animated would be really cool. I want to see the Void. So I think they have disconnected the Darken from the Void. So in lore as we know it right now, the Darken are corrupted ancients from Shurima. So what that means is like your Azirs, your Nasus, Renekton, those are all ancients who got ascended in Shurima. Darken are people like that, but corrupted. Void stuff in Freljord. I don't know if they've retconned the Watchers. It seems like what they're doing here in the Noxus show is probably going to be connecting Noxus and the Freljord, kind of like how they connected Piltover and Zaun. If the Trundle scene is any given. So it seems that they're not going to cover the Ionian invasion. So we can definitely theorize that we'll be seeing Trundle, we'll be seeing Ash, Sejuani, Udyr maybe. I doubt they're going to introduce the gods. So we're probably not going to see like a Nivea, Ornn. We may see Aurora, maybe. Volibear and Ornn might be hinted at. I don't think we'll actually see them, though, if Arcane was any kind of, like, pre-connotation to that, because there were gods in Arcane. Like, they showed Janna. Janna, to Zaunites, was a god, and they kind of just showed her in murals, but they didn't actually show her. Like, she wasn't in the show. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they showed them as statues. Was Aurora a god? No, she's not a god. She just hangs around Ornn. Like, she just studies Ornn for some reason. Yeah, she's not really anything. So yeah, I would probably say this next season is going to be Noxus Freljord, having to do with summoning Mordekaiser. We'll probably see a lot of Noxian dealings. We'll see a lot of LeBlanc shenanigans. We may see introductions to Freljordian tribes. Briar when? God, I hope not. I don't want to fucking see Briar. Hold on, I'll have to look it up, because the upcoming skin line is related to this trailer. Let me see. I forget how many skins there's gonna be. So we're gonna get, obviously we're getting Elise, we're getting Vladimir, we're getting Renata and Ezreal have skins. So those may be unrelated. So yeah, the skins are Samira, Vladimir, Ezreal, Renata, Elise, Katarina. So yeah, these are the Black Rose skins. So we've seen Vladimir, we've seen Elise, and we've seen the Prestige Katarina. We didn't see Renata, Ezreal, or Samira in this one, which is actually all three of those champions are very interesting if they have something to do with this. Renata, because we didn't see Renata in Zaun, so we have no fucking idea what she's doing. Ezreal, he could have any number of reasons to be there. Samira is a Noxian champion, I think. She has a lot of dealings with the Black Rose, so it makes sense that she's there. Elise, they're gonna have to elaborate on, because we have not known anything about what Elise is doing. Katarina, obviously, she's a princess of Noxus. Ezreal, yeah, probably there to steal some artifact. He'll probably run into Mel at some point. Renata might be introduced as a sort of connection to Arcane. And then Samira just has dealings with the Black Rose. She's a pact with the Black Rose, but lives in solidarity according to her lore, so whom the fuck knows what they're gonna tell us. Yeah. I thought she was a Chem Baron. Yes, Renata is a Chem Baron, but the thing is that we did not see Renata at all. We did not see Renata at all in Arcane. So we have absolutely no fucking idea what she was doing during the entirety of Arcane.